Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Appelboom Bites podcast. Today is episode number 14, and today is a really special episode because we have a truly unique person as a guest. But before we go there, first I would like to introduce my co host of today. It is Vanessa Langton, aka the Pen Gangster. Hello,
Hello.
Vanessa.
Hi, everybody. How are
How are
y'all
you?
doing?
How are, I'm fine. How are you? How are you, Pen Gangster?
I'm great. Having a good day so far.
Yeah, yeah. Did you gangster around a little bit today?
No, not really. But I did,
Not really.
I
Okay,
wrote with some pens. I ran on the treadmill. It's all good.
that's good. What is the job of a gangster actually? What do they?
Just to be cool. That's about
Okay,
it.
yeah. That's you. That's you. All right. Let me introduce our special guest of today because um, it is Jan Zander, and it's not just a regular person. This is the guy that was for over 20 years the head of design of one of the largest, actually, this is the largest writing instrument brand in the world, Montblanc. And now he's designing writing instruments on his own and he's selling them on his own. So please welcome Jan Zander. Welcome.
Hi, everybody.
How, how are you?
I'm very good. I'm very good. I'm sitting in Hamburg,
Hmm.
and right now the weather's awful as usual. But
Always.
I'm feel very very good with you.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much for taking the time and having a chat with us. We will talk more about your designs later on the show, but first we always start with the pen check.
The pen check.
Vanessa, would you like to start with your pen check, please?
Sure. I'm not sure which one because I write with several pens, but the pen that I've been using a lot recently is one of my favorites. It's the Esterbrook
Hmm.
Candy.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it's been out almost a year now, but mine's extra special because I took mine and I installed it with a nice 14 karat gold nib and an ebonite feed.
Oh,
So I
wow.
really bumped up
Wow.
it's a really nice writer, very nice. And of
You
course I
really
have
pimped
some
it, huh?
very oh yeah, I pimped it out big time. I
Yeah.
made it a really sassy writer. So yeah, this is
Hmm.
still one of my favorite pens that I enjoy very much, and I think it's
Hmm.
because it was a kind of a collaboration with Esterbrook, so
Hmm.
it's very
No, it's
cool.
really cool because you were
Yeah,
involved with the creation of this, right?
right, right. It was my concept, and we kind of played around with the
Hmm.
concept, and I was like, we Esterbrook needed something a little more wild, and I think
Yeah.
this did it.
This is wild. This is really wild. But at
Yeah.
which point did they drop the gold nib and the ebonite feet?
Oh, I did that myself. I bought a nib and
Oh.
feed for it. It came with a steel nib, and I said
Oh,
that's
it
not good
wasn't it
enough.
was not in the it was not in yours it was not in your design. So it was
Right,
just your own thoughts. Ah, okay, sorry,
exactly.
I
I
missed that.
wanted to elevate it and make it
Ah,
really something special.
I can imagine. I can imagine. Wonderful choice. Thank you, Vanessa.
Thank you.
Jan, tell us what is your pen check for today? What pen do you carry around today?
As this is my first day today, I don't wandering. I take my own one.
Of
This
course.
is the Alter Ego fountain pen.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Very
beautiful.
touristic. It's only comes only with a nib, with a clip, and
Mm-hmm.
with a hair with these logo with my own logo,
Mm-hmm.
and you screw it up and has a bock nib
Nice.
and a metal forepod. And you have
That's
it
really
in
cool.
a platinum plated or gold plated, rosé gold plated, and this
Mm.
is very handmade by every step.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and for sure not the nib, it comes from bock, sure. but all the other
Obviously.
parts are done by hand, screwing.
That's amazing.
That's
We will talk
beautiful.
more about that pen later when we dive more into your designs, because of
Yeah,
course that deserves all the attention. But the grip section is brushed, right?
the grip section is brushed,
Mm-hmm.
and you screw it up, and then you enter into the converter.
Mm-hmm.
And here I have directly my own pen is right now is a titanium nib,
Okay.
and it writes very smooth and very directly and very soft as well. This
Mm-hmm.
I love to write with the titanium nib.
Yeah, because the nib options are gold nib, titanium nib, and steel nib, right, for this model.
I have you can choose you can have a gold nib, you have the steel nib, and the titanium nib, and
Yeah.
every from EF to B, it's up to you to choose it.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. We will talk more about your designs later on in the show. But first, let me go to my pen check, and then we go all the way in all the Jan Zander designs. Because my pen check is also it's yeah, it's something that we waited for a really long time. Because what I have here today, it was launched in November actually, and now finally I have it in my hands because I have it here. It is a Montblanc. It is the Great Characters Jimi Hendrix edition,
Ooh.
and actually it is a wonderful design. This is a design that you were not involved with, Jan, but with a lot
Nope.
of other great characters and other designs you were involved. We will also talk about that later on in the show. But this edition, what I really like about it, the most likable thing is the clip. You see the clip? I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah,
That's
it's not
very
straight.
cool.
No, it comes with an edge here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, the clip, it is inspired on what is it inspired?
The fingers,
The vibrato
guitar
bar
fingers.
of
You
an
know when we
electric
play.
The
No.
guitar.
chord,
Yes,
the
yes, it's yes, of the electric guitar. Yes, of Jimi Hendrix, of course. So, but I will tell more about this pen later on in the show when we're talking about the new products, because this actually is just one pen that we got in for pictures and for videos a little bit late, but finally we got one, so now we can show it to the world. So this was my pen check. Jan, let's talk about your designs and your history in designing, because that's everybody can just start a company and start designing, but you have a really long history in designing. Can you tell us a little bit more about this?
Sure. So I started in 1975
Hmm.
to get enter into the this, Mont Blanc inside of a in-house designer,
Hmm.
and comes to me very surprising. It's, because I was not aware of writing instrument before. I'm a goldsmith and I'm a jeweler. I make a training. I studied design in south of Germany. And when I'm back in Hamburg, 2 years later, Montblanc asked me to join the house as the
Hmm.
first in-house designer. So my plans one actually was different. I wanted to go more in the lightning design and different was totally different world of what I've done later on. But
Hmm.
so I said, okay, let's we can start. Why not? I mean, I'm this is the first in-house designer ever, and I said, okay, this is an opportunity which I cannot say no to that, and maybe I can take a part 1 2 years, and so what's going on then we will see. But actually, it was such a great people there, stories there, and full of beautiful design, whatever, and a good relationship to the developed departments and all that was so interesting that I couldn't stop for 22
Hmm.
years.
You got stuck
But
there.
yeah, it was it was amazing because you traveled around, you make researches on all these themes, what you're to do, what you're supposed to do, and met a lot of cool person, interesting person, and everything. So I looked around in all the world, and it's so great, and
Hmm.
yeah, it was a very good time. So,
Because
but
you were
actually, it was
responsible for all the designs of Montblanc, right? So not only the writing instruments, but also leather goods, jewelry, everything that Montblanc has to offer. You were you were responsible for that, right?
yeah, at the first time, I was responsible for the writing instruments. Not
Hmm.
only not even not the edition, also the standard, like a Meisterstück development, and other I would say other surfaces, other materials. I developed
How is it?
own
How is
tech.
it to work on a design as a Meisterstück? Because the design is there for like over 100 years, or not 100 years yet. Next year it's 100 years, but almost 100 years, and you cannot change a lot about it. So I think it's really delicate to work on a design that's there for years, right?
Yeah, because you have a given proportion and a given
Mm-hmm.
outer shape, I would say. I made some difference when it comes to massive stone. For example, I use the stone from the Mont Blanc for the cap, for example. So you have to
Mm-hmm.
enlarge a little bit the shape of the cap.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it will be broken, this material.
Yeah.
And but nevertheless, you have to take the whole shape, and that you not disturb this so much. That the main problem is then that you have coming from the fore part, and the step to the thread, and then to the next level. It's so high that you don't touch it so nicely. This is the most problem what you have
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to make different materials which are much more thicker. This
Yeah.
step is when it's getting too much, then it's not even comfortable to write. And at the end, you have to write with it, not only to
Mm-hmm.
look for.
Yeah. And you was also responsible for a lot of limited editions. What limited edition was the most exciting limited edition that you created?
Oh yeah, there was. I would say you have to grow with these targets.
Mm-hmm.
And also at the end we were more than one. We are having a design studio in Paris, which they
Mm-hmm.
quit after a while, and so all the designers who were responsible for leather, for writing, um, going to their production places. This was
Mm-hmm.
the story of why we get rid of this design studio in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
But I never been in Paris because they are saying, okay, you are involved in the writing instrument so much, and we're producing this in Hamburg, so stay in Hamburg. But they took this as well, all for the other designers. When
Mm-hmm.
the watch designer, the leather designer, they are staying then at their production places.
Okay.
And at the latest point, I was responsible for the men's accessories.
Mm-hmm.
All what you find in this was a long time designing this one. Yeah. And,
Mm-hmm.
back to your question, it was I would say Gaudi or Dali was a very
Yeah.
nice to. I have a good relationship to this artist. As always,
Mm-hmm.
it comes to a good. To feel well with the artist. You had a lot of ideas and you want to create it, and you are free, or more or less, not all over, but Yeah, if you don't having you are allowed to spend money. If
Hmm.
you're allowed to spend money, you can be created as you like the artistry edition. What you can see sometimes, it's really
There are
so
no
wonderful
limits.
what
You
they are
can do
doing.
everything. Yeah.
You can do everything with materials, with stones and with gold and precious materials. So this is then you're really allowed to be free. But at
Hmm.
the end, also limited things like money or geometries, and to find a good solution is always it's always when you get it, when you have it and you made it, then it's so cool because you know that this is not easy to do, and you find a
Hmm.
solution and to find a way. You need, of course, you need a team where they say to you, Jan, you are crazy. We cannot do this, but let's do it maybe with another material or whatever, and then okay, yeah, why not? And suddenly it starts to being also very good, even not sometimes better, and this is, yeah, this I really like.
Yeah, you have to set the boundaries, right?
Yeah.
Let's focus now a little bit more about your current collection because after 22 years, you stopped working with Montblanc and you started making your own writing instruments. How do you take your experiences of the Montblanc collections to your new collection?
Yeah, of course. I wanted to start when I decide to do my own writing instruments.
Hmm.
First of all, I wanted to have a lot of impact with my own hand because as I'm also a goldsmith, I wanted to
Hmm.
be creative and wanted to put on the machine not only to make it very fast and that's it. So I wanted to give them a shape and to put it and even not every piece is one of its own, and it's one of its own, but it's
Hmm.
really one because every time I have to take care of the material, how it look like when I work with wood, for example. How is the material going on? What's going on? And so I have to be care about it, make
Hmm.
sure that everything is fine. And this is very important for me. But the design of the alter ego, for example, this is the first
Hmm.
collection,
Yeah, because
starting
you
with
have
the
three
fountain.
collections, right?
I have three,
Right
right?
now.
It's the
Yeah.
alter ego, it's the cocoon, and the
And they
imagine,
imagine. Yes.
right? And the
Um,
alter ego is. I wanted to start with the alter ego is with a fountain pen, rollerball, and ballpoint because I wanted to have a good basic on where I can stand and grow up. And
mhm.
so this was the reason why I put all these three different function inside of that.
Mhm.
The imagine is then different to that because it's very straight and has a magnetic system where you have it right, and
I
it
love that.
comes as well in a, yeah, you
I
exactly.
feel like that assistant now, like a showgirl, like showing them.
You need to show it, like do the hand modeling thing.
Yeah, I'm not good
Yeah.
at that.
Just, like, yeah, there you go.
Very nice, and you can see here as well the from by the imagine you can change the clip, and this was exactly also some what I have in my head when I want to be a little bit more for the customer interesting because maybe you will find next year another clip, so that's easy to change it and to
Yeah?
have another
Can the
face
customer
of it.
change the clip itself?
Yes, of course. You can
Okay.
a little bit of uh, be precise, but you can do it a little bit of fine. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it
I
must
see.
be.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
can be removed. Okay.
it
That's
can be
good to know.
removed, and on the other hand, you can have another clip, for example, in a
Mm-hmm.
year or whatever. This was the main idea, and also for the
Oh,
materials, it's
nice.
carbon. It's very hard and
Yeah.
very stable, and
Mm-hmm.
all of this, I would say, of the design. It's very puristic, very simple. It's very, I would say, driven to or made for architects, made for people who are more inside of design.
Mm-hmm.
It's very timeless
The
looking.
Imagine it as
I
the
like
entry
that.
level is the
Yeah,
entry level price point, right?
yeah, it's around 680 with a
Mm-hmm.
steel nib, um, and also I had a customer who wants to have a roller bowl, so I made a roller bowl of that. So this is the
Mm-hmm.
other thing. What I think it's very important that people, when they are asked to have it a different way, it's not a problem. I can do not what they really in 100%, but for sure I want to create
You
bespoke
find a way.
pieces. Yeah, this is very important for me as well
That's really
because
nice.
I love to do single pieces as well, high artistry in a way. I will come up in the next year or this year with really high end, more high end version, and more expensive version where I can create more handcrafted things inside.
Oh, that's really cool. Because right now, so we have the alter ego.
Yeah,
This is all handmade, right? And we have the Imagine,
exactly.
and the other one, because there are three collections. I also have it
Yeah,
here.
right. The other one is the Cocoon.
Is the Cocoon, which is really cool.
Yeah, the Cocoon comes from the idea when I create packaging or a case of the pen. And then I thought, maybe you use exactly the case as itself for this pen.
So
So
Vanessa,
I have
look,
it as well
this
here.
this pen is like the pen is also the case.
That is
Exactly. So this is
very cool.
leather.
I'm very impressed by this.
This is leather, and you put it inside, and it's really stable because there's a small it's a small tube which
Mm-hmm.
secure the nib. Also have it in different sizes
Oh, I like that
and a
red.
rollerball as well. And I have a red, I have a blue, and then brown. So also with different nib sizes. And this is actually a pocket pen where you put it
But
with you, and
this is
then
really secure, right? So it's not going to drop
absolute.
over time. Okay.
Yeah, I have it always directly in my pocket in my
Mm-hmm.
trousers. So
Does it post? Can
it's
you post
Amazing.
comfortable.
it?
Look. So this is also the barrel. Well, it's a leather
Uh huh.
barrel.
I
It's a
don't see
cartridge
right now your
converter.
picture, but
Yeah, I
Oh,
can't see Yoast right now, so
okay.
okay.
Sorry for that, but I'm really here. No worries. It's not possible to post. You can.
okay.
It is possible, but it's not really. Yeah.
You mean
I don't know.
to put it on the backside?
Right. I was just
Yes.
curious. I mean, if it's designed to post
No,
or not,
no,
that's
that's
okay
not
with
not not
me. I
that's
love
not
this. The
possible.
size of it is very. I love the size. It looks really
The
great.
size is so that you can really that it has a good size.
Well,
You
the
can
concept is so
easily.
different from what anyone else is doing. No one's doing
This
Exactly.
anything
is
like
really cool.
that.
No,
Yeah,
this is the first
No,
brand which goes in this direction, right?
this is
so
unique.
cool.
This is truly unique.
It's
But
very
also the
unique.
alter ego, because the alter ego is made with ebonite or grenadilla wood, right? So there are two
Yes,
versions.
yes,
Mhm.
yes. It's a hard wood. It's iron wood. It's very hard, and this allows to screw it to drill a screw inside of the tube. You know, this is very.
Hmm.
It's very cool because this I never thought it would work. That it go inside, I have one here.
Hmm.
This is as well. And inside of these, you can see maybe where it's directly drilled into the wood, this
Oh
green
yeah, I
part,
see it now.
That is very cool.
because
Nice
it's so
detail.
Wow.
hard and it's yeah, and it's
So
The
also
clip
it's
is the
screwing
clip is
metal,
beautiful.
metal from the grip to wood because the threads of the cap they are made into the wood. So that's unique.
yeah,
Yeah. And these are all handmade, right? So it's all made by hand, piece by piece.
yeah, yeah.
So it's no
I
mass production or something like that.
No, 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 no. It
They're
comes
truly
directly
they're
from my
special.
bench with.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so special
It's
there,
very
and I wanted to
special.
do it like this. I take my time. For the alter ego, I take 2 hour, 2 days to work to beginning and to end. This is 2 days of directly working in the workshop.
Hmm. Wonderful. Oh, and don't forget
Wow.
the alter ego comes with this leather pouch. So
Exactly. So
it's a
comes
nice
with a leather
detail as
pouch
well.
and with a certification.
Oh, that's nice.
Exactly.
That's so nice. I love how everything
Yeah.
you're able to make this a very personal pen. It's something different from a mass-produced pen, but the way that you're able to do the interchangeable parts, to really make it bespoke for someone, that's really really nice. Especially, for pen enthusiasts who want something that's more personal.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Thanks. Yeah. This is right. This is right. I like that as well because for alter ego, I have to spend a lot of time inside, and then I would create as well when it comes for the imagine, for example. These are the tubes where I can really cut it, and that's it. There's no so much handcrafted on it. I spend more time than in the clip, for example. The clip
Hmm.
I can show you as well. The clip, I cut this out from this, out of this tube.
Hmm.
This is the other clip. I cut this out by hand. It's not
Oh my
with laser
goodness.
technique or different. So normally I have to put it here. This is, maybe I can show it
Wow.
a little more.
Now it's
And this
complete again.
I,
Yeah.
The tube.
Yeah.
yeah, and this I
That's oh
cut
how
out
neat.
with the saw, and it's very takes also a long time, but at the end I think there's handcrafted pieces as well on the imagine, on the
Hmm.
pen.
Yeah. No, I think you did a great job on your new collection, Jan, congratulations on it. I really
Thank
like
you.
it, and I think a lot of people like it. And
Oh,
if you
definitely.
wanted to buy it for some reason, you can find it on our website, so you can buy it through us. So that's a good thing. You don't have to drive all
Right.
the way to Hamburg and buy it from Jan directly, but you can buy it with us, and we ship it to you all over the world. So no worries about that. We will take care of that. Is there something else, Jan, that you would like to share about your new brand?
No, actually, I'm think that I'm coming up with what I mentioned with some interesting new pieces.
Hmm.
And as I wanted to come up with more handcrafted and a little bit higher prices, which allows me to put more details on it. What I mentioned as well for Mont Blanc, when it comes to artistry or whatever,
Hmm.
I think there's a lot of I like to do with overlays with other materials, and also I have a lot of things in my mind to want to come up. I mean,
Hmm.
time wise, it's very problematic because on the other hand, I'm a designer for other brands as well,
Hmm.
and so we will see what can I really do.
Exciting,
This
exciting. Really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that.
New products.
All right. I already told a little bit about it. The new products that I wanted to share with you, which came in earlier this week, it is the Jimi Hendrix fountain pen, and I would like to dive a little bit deeper into this fountain pen because this is part of the Great Character series of Montblanc, and it honors Jimi Hendrix. And Jimi Hendrix is, of course, widely regarded as one of the most influential electric guitarists in the history of popular music, and he's one of the most celebrated musicians of the 20th century. Um, what we have here is the black barrel. It has a groove pattern, and that groove pattern is inspired by the grooves that can be found on a wall pedal, one of Hendrix's signature sound effects. The platinum coated black back part of the pen also contains an engraving of the word WHY. Another striking detail is the platinum coated barrel ring, which is made to look like the jack plug on a guitar cable. It is engraved with the date of a famous Jimi Hendrix concert. I don't know if you can see that, but it is engraved over there. Um, the cap of the pen is made from off white precious resin. That's the color of the famous 1968 Olympic white Fender Stratocaster Hendrix played during his legendary performance at the Woodstock Festival. The engraved design on the cap was inspired by his guitar straps, which often had a repeating pattern on them. And if you look closely, the clip, which I already mentioned earlier, it is angled and it is to resemble the vibrato bar of an electric guitar. At the connection point is a circular engraving of the words "Are you experienced?" That's the name of the first studio album that Jimi Hendrix made. And right above the engraving sits a purple band referring to Purple Haze, one of Jimi Hendrix's best known songs, which Vanessa is going to sing now.
All right.
Right? Vanessa? Let's do it.
I can.
No, not?
All right.
Okay.
Let's. I can play it on the kazoo.
I want to hear that. I want to hear that, but maybe at a later point.
We'll do it another
All right,
time.
let's go. Yeah, we do it another time. Let's go to the nib because the handcrafted 14 karat solid gold nib with rhodium coating is decorated with a portrait of Jimi Hendrix. But the most striking part of this fountain pen is the feet because the feet is not black, but it is purple.
That's
So
very
this
cool.
is the Jimi Hendrix Great Characters fountain pen with a lot of details, with a lot of design elements. And that's something what I really like about the Montblanc brand in general, that they always take care of the design elements when they are honoring a legend, bringing all these little designs back in their writing instruments. So here we have the Jimi Hendrix great characters. Jan, what do you think of this design?
I saw it, I have it not in my hand, but I
Mm-hmm.
saw it on the pictures and I love it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And what you mentioned about detailing, it's exactly the story about it. That people
Mm-hmm.
love these small stories, the small things that they can talk about, and so this is they are famous for not to overload. Sometimes when it is it to overload. Then disturbs me,
Mm-hmm.
then they wanted to tell more and more and more, so you have to make sure that that these stories what you can tell are not only the best, not only what is known by everyone,
Mm-hmm.
the small secrets about VIP or very interesting people, or they honor the name of be a little bit more, I would say, surprising.
Yeah.
And then, of course, people understand. and getting much more deeper then suddenly. This
Hmm.
is what I learned. Then not to bring it the loudest story inside of the details of the pen. You know.
Hmm. Is that something also that you will design in your own company, like not the Great Character series, but honoring famous people? Is
Yeah,
that something that
this
you
is
like? Yeah.
I want to do. This is what I have on my mind when I want to that I'm inspiring. So I get some interesting people, and then I
So maybe a
really
Vanessa
I want.
Langton fountain pen one day.
I love to do it. So
That would be
I love
fun.
to do it. Write me your biography, and we
Yeah,
find a nice pen for you.
All right, that sounds good.
that would be
Yeah,
great, Vanessa. That
Wow,
would be
it would be
great.
an honor.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
What
Good
color
point.
should your pen be, Vanessa? If somebody's going to
Um,
create a
hmm.
Vanessa Langton inspired honoring fountain pen, what pen should it be?
I
What color?
I think it should be red because red is
Yeah,
it's
I think
fiery,
so.
it's passionate, it makes a beautiful lipstick, and
Yeah.
I really like red.
Yeah, exactly.
Show us your nail polish. Is it red today?
It's still red. It's still red. I'm
Oh
gonna
Nice,
be
yeah.
changing them
nice.
later. So yeah, they're kind of. It's
Okay.
time to change the polish.
All right. So we're almost ending the show. We're heading to the end. Vanessa, not your time to shine. Do you have a final question for Jan before we end the show?
I do. So regarding your pen series, because you've branched off from doing pens into jewelry and cufflinks and stuff like that for Montblanc. I'm curious, are you going to create those types of accessories with your personal line too eventually?
Actually, I thought about it, and why not? I mean, I would not even say no, but for the moment, I'm so inside of these pens and all that that I still for the next year, I would definitely not go to another product. But I have, I mean, it's hard to say really no because for a pen stand, I have ideas for pen stand, for example,
Mhm.
and for sure because I see some in some way to using on a desk the pen. As we all know it on the old days, so to say. I think to use it very fast and to on your desk, you need a kind of pen stand, and I want to do something in this direction. Yeah,
That
What kind
would
of
be really
materials
cool.
would you use?
I'm really
yeah.
looking forward to that.
Metal. I wanted to
Metal.
do something in metal. I have an idea, one or two ideas, which I have to develop before I go further to tell you something, and then at the end it's not metal. Then it's I don't know. It's so.
Let
But in
let a
any case,
creative
I
mind
think this
decide
is
what's going to be.
exactly.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, why not? Sometimes some cufflinks or bracelets or whatever could
would
be
be
Yeah.
fun.
really cool.
Cool.
Would be really cool. Thank you, Vanessa.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to start this new tradition actually, because Jan, you don't know who's going to be the next guest, and
Mm.
I want to ask you if you can ask a question to our next guest, so we can start the next podcast with your question. But you don't know who's going to be the guest, so this is really like a
So
thing that I want to
mysterious.
try out. Yeah,
Yeah, that's funny in a way.
yeah.
I would ask her what car he's driving or she's driving.
Okay,
Oh,
that's going to be the first question that I'm going to ask after the pen check to our next guest. All right,
Yeah.
Vanessa, thank you so much for being our co-host here today again. It was a great pleasure. It's always a great pleasure to see you. And I see you next week with another guest. And then the first question that we can ask, what car are you driving? So that's really cool. Um, Jan, thank you so much for having the time to chat
Yeah,
with
it
us
was a
about your
pleasure.
new brand and about all your wonderful stories about Montblanc. Um, I hope your new collection will be a great success and a lot of new models will come out, which you all can find, of course, on appelboom.com. And we hope to have you on our show again maybe later on this year if you have another
Yeah,
product to launch, and then you can do that right here on the spot on the Applebaum Bites podcast. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're listening this to Spotify or Apple Music, that's also great. But if you want to see the pictures, YouTube is a great way to see everything. If you're interested in buying the products of Jan, make sure to head over to our website and order there your writing instruments from Jan through us. Thank you so much for watching again, and we see you next week. Bye bye.
thank you. Bye bye.